You are now watching the Ball and Beats podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to another episode of the Ball and Beats podcast, episode 114, as we have some returning folks here today that haven't been on in quite some time. I got Spencer all the way at the end, and I got Mr. Christian Demo back on the show yet again. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Great to be back and ready to dominate this trivia.
Absolutely. As we also got AJ as well. Remember him from episode 100 as well. AJ, welcome to the crew.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
As, you know, we have a lot to discuss today. You know, we're going to dive into football talk later, but we're bringing back, as Christian said,
A returning
fan favorite here of the Ball and Beats podcast. And what better than to throw it over to the corn man himself as we start off a nice little fun trivia game as we got
Heck yeah.
the Iowa man
Are you
himself.
Are you shooting in Iowa right now?
I am currently
You're
live
live.
in Iowa. Everyone, welcome back
How's the corn looking?
to Asa's Ball and Beats Trivia. Fan favorite, here we are. We have a spectacular show for you today. The corn is great.
I think he's from the
I'm
Field of
back
Dreams
home,
right now.
and I'm extremely thankful to be your host for
Frozen Wizard of
today's
Oz.
show.
Looks like
Oh,
you're about to run to a
trivia.
field with the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, you are. You are. Do you have
Yes.
the red heels too? Do you click them
yellow
together?
Brick
I
Road.
do. My
Yellow
red
Brick
heels are
With
clicking
10 man?
today, yes.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
All
Well,
right.
shout out the Chicago White Sox and New York Yankees too. Field of Dreams. You look like the one who's leading them out right now.
You know what? I preferred the Reds-Cubs game, but that's okay. That's just me. All right, gentlemen. Welcome back to the Asa's Ball and Beats Trivia Show, Part 2. All right, I'm going to lay down.
There he is.
We're back. I'm going to lay down the ground rules, and you guys are going to listen and not talk. Got it?
What?
All right. I have 10 questions for you. One bonus question if there is a tie. 1 point is awarded after every question you get correct. The winner of trivia selects one person from the panel to participate in a shot of the bomb hot sauce.
Shot?
A shot, a scoop, an ice cream scoop of
Ice cream scoop.
the bomb
An
hot-
ice cream
the
scoop.
bomb
is
hot
crazy.
sauce.
Sure hope not.
If it's an ice cream scoop of the
Nope.
bomb,
I'll forfeit my.
Asa.
A spoonful, I shall say.
You better give me a roll of toilet paper
You
after that
have
one.
20 seconds
might need sandpaper.
to
too.
answer. I said no talking when I'm giving the rules.
Sorry.
You have 20 seconds to answer every question. Not every question, but
Why
the
don't we just
question.
have the
at a
loser
time.
of trivia, the one who gets the least amount right, does the dab?
Don't question it.
Don't question, man. Don't question.
Don't question him.
Asa, you know what? This is his segment. It's his.
All right.
It's his
all
time
right,
to
then.
shine.
I think you
my
guys
bad.
should
My
let
bad.
us
My bad.
All right.
Exactly.
Gentlemen, are we ready for Asa's Ball and Beats trivia?
We're born ready,
We've
Asa.
been ready.
We've been waiting months for
been
this.
waiting.
We've been waiting for you to husk all that corn.
Shuck. It's pronounced shucking.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true.
We
I
are going to
think
get
P. Diddy
started.
does too. Anyway.
Question number 1. Other than Mississippi State, what is the other SEC school that Toledo has beat in football? 20 seconds starting now. Has everyone answered?
I think so.
That was easy.
All right.
I don't know. I just put one down.
Alrighty, let's start this off. Logan, other than Mississippi State last Saturday, what is the other SEC school that Toledo has beat?
I don't
in
know how
football?
well if the camera can pick this up, but the answer is, in fact, the Arkansas Razorbacks.
All right.
Shout out Brett Bielema and company from 2016.
Christian Demo, what is the answer?
Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Shout
AJ,
out Vanderbilt.
BGSU.
that is not an SEC school.
I don't know
I
anything
mean,
about
they
sports.
could probably
I
also
don't know
beat
anything.
Mississippi State. To be fair, that
That's
qualifies
true.
as an SEC school.
That is true. Spencer,
Shout out the poster in Kevin's office. Arkansas lost to Toledo 16-12 in 2015.
It was
So
15, not
the
16.
number 18th ranked Arkansas Razorbacks.
the answer is the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Let's go.
Shout out Kevin's poster.
Good job. Good job, Logan. Good job, Spencer.
They got
Alrighty.
1 point each, baby.
Gentlemen,
right.
are we ready for question number 2?
I think we're gonna be ready for every question.
Okay. Very well then. What was the name of the Washington Redskins logo, the Native American chief, before they changed their name to the Washington Commanders in 2020? I'm looking for the name of the logo, the person that was named of the logo.
You're talking
Yep.
about the person.
The actual person.
the actual person. You have 20 seconds starting now.
This might be the most difficult trivia question you ever asked in history.
I don't
This
know
is a
anything
tough
about
one.
sports, so I'm definitely failing this one.
I can't remember. I just seen it the other day, too.
I
You
did
have
too.
5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Gentlemen, I hope you have your answers. Spencer, let's start with you.
I'm gonna go with Chief Wahoo.
That's. Oh,
That is incorrect. AJ?
I was in the same boat, honestly. That was the only thing I could think of.
Okay.
I went with Okonkwo.
All right. And Logan.
okay. I went with Blackhawk.
Okay.
I went with
That's
Blackhawk.
that's Chicago's
Yep.
mascot, hockey.
Yeah.
The answer is John Two Guns White Calf.
Oh, that's what I said.
Right.
That is the
I meant
name
that.
of the
That's-
Indian
Chief
chief
I
of the
remember.
Redskins' former logo.
Well, maybe next time.
That question
Alrighty.
may have been very offensive.
That was a very
question number 3.
I know we were ready for question number 3. I told you this trivia. This is going to be
sounds
different.
difficult.
We're going to get a little difficult this time.
All right. I'm
All
excited.
right.
It's my first time, and it's already very
Question number 3. Who is the biggest rapper of all time? 20 seconds starting now.
I know the answer.
Who is
Biggest? By
the
what
biggest
metric?
rapper of
By
all
what
time?
metric?
Oh,
Which-
I know the answer. I know the answer.
By-
I think
We
I know
have
We
10
talking by
seconds
weight?
remaining.
We talking about weight, or we talking about like
The biggest rapper of all time. 5 seconds, gentlemen.
I already got mine. I'm
Time is up. I hope you have your answers. Let's start with you, AJ. Who is the biggest rapper of all time?
personally, this is just my opinion. Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Okay.
Very
Fair
good
enough.
answer. Christian, who is the biggest rapper of all time?
Went with E40. Everyone got
Ooh.
choices.
That's
Bringing
actually,
it back to the 90s. Very good.
That's actually a very solid choice. A very slept-on choice, I must say.
Spencer, who is the biggest rapper of all time?
the only guy with big in his name, the Notorious B.I.G.
Ooh, very good. Not the only guy with a big in his name.
It's not.
Logan.
It's not, because the correct answer, ladies and gentlemen out there, the correct answer is Big X the Plug. Have you seen the size of this?
That
man?
is a very ginormous man. The answer is Big X the Plug. Logan.
Big X the
Okay.
Plug.
Very
he
good.
Puts the big in Big X the Plug.
Okay.
And as
right.
well, let's be honest here, he makes Rick Ross look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That is very true.
Okay. This is-
Alrighty. Question number 4. High in fiber and rich in antioxidants, what crop is considered a fruit, vegetable, and grain? 20 seconds starting now.
I like that one.
I like that one too.
If you need me to repeat the question, just ask.
Name of origin, please.
Name of
What does that mean?
Oh, come on, Kevin.
Come on, Kev. Come on, Kev. We heard that. All right. 20 seconds is up, gentlemen. I hope you have your answers. Christian, let's start with you. What is the answer?
Well, I think you heard it from Kevin. You got to look behind you. It is corn.
Okay. Spencer, you're next.
Yeah, I guessed corn too.
Okay.
Wouldn't have gotten that without.
Logan.
I also went with corn. I think corn. It just seemed like the most reasonable option.
All right. And AJ, what is the answer?
Corn.
All righty.
Did you write it down?
I did. Actually, no, I didn't. I wrote,
So the
I-
question.
That doesn't
AJ?
count. You got to write it down.
I know. What I actually put down before Kevin said it. Oh, a minute. I wrote tomato.
I think.
I'm
Spencer
gonna
should
take.
also
I'm
be
gonna.
disqualified.
We're gonna have to see what the answer is before we
I was gonna say, like,
possibly
milkweed.
deduct points. The answer is corn.
I actually wrote.
AJ, unfortunately, as an Iowan,
He takes offense in that.
I take a very much offense to that. We're going to deduct 1 point from you, AJ. Look at that.
We're going to deduct the
Look at
host.
that
as well.
gorgeous crop behind me.
Dude is minus
My
one.
goodness, what a beautiful crop. Thank you, all the farmers out there. Gentlemen, ladies, folks watching the Ball and Beats podcast.
You can find Asa on farmersonly.com.
You can.
A and F, my friends. A and F. America needs farmers. All right. Question number 5. What is the name of Kanye West's first studio album? 20 seconds starting now. Once again, what is the name of Kanye West's first studio album?
Oh, this is bad. Oh, I should know it.
Songs like Through the Wire, All Falls Down, We Don't Care.
Stop helping them.
Okay, sorry. I apologize. I'm a Kanye guy myself. 5 seconds, gentlemen,
I think we're all done.
and time is up. Logan, let us start with you. What is the name of Kanye West's first studio
I
album?
almost feel like I'm going to offend Kanye fans here because I think I'm wrong. It is a song off the album. I couldn't think of a name, so I went with Gold Digger.
Okay.
That is not even on the album.
Oh, it's not on that album, is it?
Is it? It's no. That's on. What is the?
That's on the second
That's on his
album.
second studio
That's
album.
on the second studio
Forgive
album.
me, everyone.
Late registration.
Late registration. Thank you, Christian. Christian, what is the answer?
This is, of course, the college dropout.
AJ, what is the answer?
I didn't write anything down because I do not listen to Kanye.
Okay, and Spencer?
I knew it was wrong. I guess graduation. That was
Okay.
the other one, wasn't it?
Christian, you are correct. The college dropout
Was
Kanye's
Graduation his
first
second?
studio album.
I would embarrass myself as a known Kanye lover. I would embarrass myself if I did not answer.
I should have known that.
Kanye music lover. Kanye music lover.
Kanye, you got to specify
All right.
music.
I missed
Gentlemen,
the
are
old
we ready
Kanye.
for question number 6?
We were born ready,
Yes.
Asa.
No, it's fine.
All right. The lovely man himself. What year did our producer Kevin O'Corn graduate from the University of Toledo? 20 seconds starting now. What year did Kevin O'Corn graduate from the University of Toledo?
Do you want me to actually know or be mean?
I have been snooping around Kevin O'Corn's office. 5 seconds, gentlemen.
I have no idea.
Time is up. Spencer, what year did Kevin O'Corn graduate from the University of Toledo?
2001.
Christian, what year did he graduate?
Said 86.
Okay. AJ, what year? Kevin's back there. Kevin back there. Come on, man.
He said,
AJ, what year did Kevin graduate college?
98.
All right. Logan,
I also went with 2001.
Kevin, if you don't mind coming out here and telling us what the answer is, giving us a holler.
Do you not know yourself?
Who?
Show me 86.
Show me 86. Come on up here, Kev. Come on up here.
Oh!
Hey-o.
Gentlemen, I graduated in the year 2001.
Let's go.
Kevin, might I just say you look
go.
lovely
Let's
with
go.
that corn
Let's
behind
go.
you.
Wow.
Elite.
You really pops in that
That's
yellow.
my favorite. That's my favorite man right there. I know you.
Corn for O'Corn. That's
Corn for
right.
So that's really just a bunch of Kevin standing behind
That's
you.
a ton of
Asa.
Kevin standing
So
behind
basically,
me.
are
We
we
should put
saying he
Kevin
is that
in the
crop?
background.
Kevin is a crop, is what we're hearing.
Kevin is a crop. Kevin is high in fiber, rich in antioxidants, and considered a fruit, vegetable, and grain.
Kev's a vegetable?
Wow.
Can we get a score update? I have
Yeah, I need an update.
No, I think we're not going to give a score update quite yet, but
Okay.
we're going to get into question number 7.
all right, all right.
He's got -1.
Alrighty.
Got the best.
Huge right now in 2024. What are the names of the 2 founding members of the Costco guys from TikTok? 20 seconds starting now. What are the names of the 2 Costco guys from TikTok? Can we get a boom real quick, gentlemen?
Can I get a big boom, baby? Boom, boom. You know we got
Right.
that. You know we got that chicken bake.
5 more seconds.
Chicken bake. Double chunk chocolate cookie. It's a double chunk chocolate.
Time
cookie.
is up. Christian, what are the names of the 2 Costco guys from
I'm
TikTok?
about to go 2 for 2 on my TikTok knowledge on the show. It is, of course, AJ and Big Justice.
That's right.
Logan.
Well, so my answer's elite. It's queso and double chunk chocolate cookie.
Alrighty, AJ.
I just put Big AJ.
Okay.
No love for Big Justice.
And Spencer?
That would be Big Justice and AJ.
The answer is Big Justice and AJ.
Can I get a big boom?
Can I get half a point?
Incredible.
No.
You know what?
No.
AJ, we're not going to because the one that you got right is your name. So,
It's the easiest one, though.
Boom, baby.
all right. Question number 8. What empire took over the Byzantine Empire and Constantinople in the year 1453? 20 seconds starting now. What empire took over Constantinople and the entire Byzantine Empire in 1453? You have 10 more seconds, gentlemen. I expect you all to know this.
I do not.
I didn't pay attention in school history.
I
class.
think I know this, but I also don't.
And
Yeah.
your time is up. AJ, do we have an answer?
I do not have anything, but I will take a guess because it's just the first empire I thought of is the Ottoman Empire, but I know it's not right.
All right, Spencer,
I went with the Turkish Empire.
Christian,
Went ahead and went with Mongolian.
and Logan.
I actually also, well, I wrote down 2 options, but my first main option, the one that I'm really going to answer because that's the first one, is Ottoman Empire as well.
Okay. What was your second, just out of
I-
curiosity?
This one's definitely wrong. The Roman Empire.
Okay, well, they were Roman Catholic, so no. But I am going to have to give points to Logan and AJ. Spencer, you were incredibly close saying Turkish.
I think
The Ottoman
AJ should get
Empire
his
is
point
in
deducted
modern
since he
day
said he
Turkey.
Knew it wasn't
So-
there.
Dang, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Can I get half a point?
AJ, no, because we didn't give it to AJ, so that would just
But
be
he didn't get
rightfully
any of it
unfair.
right.
I got that question though.
Good job, AJ. Very, very impressed. Good
is
job.
This is
All right.
Hey, I got 0 points now.
All right.
Question number 9. We have, what metal band is from Des Moines, Iowa? 20 seconds starting now. And if for anyone out there wondering,
repeat the
Des Moines,
question.
Iowa does not look like this. What metal band is from Des Moines, Iowa? Des Moines, Iowa does not look like this.
locations.
Des Moines is about all we have. Iowa City names are included. And as Hillary Clinton said, I'm just chilling out here in Cedar Rapids. Thank you for the shout out, Hillary. That was great. 20
Nope.
seconds are up.
Absolutely. Cedar Rapids is amazing. What about what cheer?
What's your very good, Logan. Very good. Hey, we're gonna have to take a road trip sometime.
What about Waterloo?
Waterloo, another great town. All right, Logan, since you know so much about Iowa, what metal band is from Des Moines?
I'm probably wrong. I shouldn't say that. Maybe I am right. I don't know. Maybe it's the reason why you love him so much. I just went with Van Halen.
All right, Christian.
Didn't know the answer, so I went ahead and wrote down, "We bring the boom."
I love that answer.
You might
AJ,
get double points for that one.
I didn't write anything down, but the first thing I thought of is Ice Nine Kills.
okay, and Spencer,
I was between 2, so I went with Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. Okay. None of you guys are correct. The answer is Slipknot.
Oh,
that
okay.
makes
Slipknot
sense.
is from Des Moines.
I should have known.
thought they were
They
from
scare me,
Nebraska.
but they are
The same
native
thing.
to
Yeah,
Iowa,
Nebraska's
so
just
thank you.
better.
I thought they were from Nebraska, bruh.
They're just
No,
from the worst
no.
state out there.
311 is from Nebraska. All right.
It's all the same out
We
there.
should get a score update, I feel like. as
Score
well.
update.
Yes.
Going into the last question,
What are the
we have Spencer with 4 points,
Ouch.
AJ with 2 points,
Oh.
Christian with 3 points, and Logan with 5 points.
Okay.
Got double points.
And going in to question number 10, we have the question, what state can you find Carlsbad Caverns National Park? 20 seconds starting now. What state can you find Carlsbad Caverns National Park? 10 seconds, gentlemen.
1 in 50 shot, one could say.
1 in 50 shot.
I don't
You
know.
also
And time is up. Christian, where can you find Carlsbad National Park?
It is, of course, the state of Virginia.
All right, Spencer.
It's so big, and there's not a whole lot going on there, so I went with Montana.
All right, AJ.
Or Iowa, just because.
There are no national parks in Iowa.
That is
Logan.
I have a suspicion I'm right. I think it's South Dakota.
All right, gentlemen. The answer is New Mexico.
Same.
Well, we were close.
I've been there.
All right. I have a bonus question.
Oh.
And if you get this question right, you win all of Ace's Ball and Beats trivia.
Oh,
Episode
so
two.
this is it.
This is it.
So none of
This
the
is
points
finale?
matter before
Winner
this.
can take all right here.
Wow.
Right now. You have 25 seconds
Okay.
to
This
answer.
is gonna be tough.
And the question is, what is the scientific name of a dandelion? 25 seconds starting
Can
now.
we get multiple choice?
No multiple choice. No looking it up either. Spencer, it looks like, has completely given up. And gentlemen, you have 10 more seconds.
What's the cousin's name?
What?
The cousin of Big Justice.
Kirk?
No, it's the Rizzler.
The Rizzler.
Oh yeah.
All right, gentlemen, 25 seconds is up. Spencer, let's start with you. Since you eagerly threw all of your paper off the table, do you have any guess?
I'm gonna go with Criddle Ball.
Nope. All right, AJ.
I wrote nothing, and I have no idea.
No idea. Christian.
As you mentioned, I went with the Rizzler.
Ah, very good. And
kid.
Logan, what is the scientific name of a dandelion?
I went with Johnson & Johnson baby oil.
The answer is Taraxacum officinale. Logan, it appears that you are our big winner with 5 points.
Let's go. Let's go.
Of the panel, who do you choose to do a ice cream scoop?
Ice
And
cream.
if
the
it's
bomb
an ice
hot
cream
sauce.
scoop, okay. Man, this is a very hard choice because I don't really want to see anyone have to suffer like this with the bomb, Beyond Insanity hot sauce. But if I had to choose one person off the top of my head that I would really just want to see like a massive spoonful from, it would have to be none other than Spencer
Yeah, I know
Gallup. So
Oh, yeah.
Spencer, it's your turn
Come
to
on,
get
man.
yourself
I was in
some hot sauce.
Spencer, do you
So-
work? Do you
Thank you
work
guys for
after
having
this,
me.
Spencer?
Huh?
Do you work after this?
No.
Okay, because you're gonna have a rough night.
You are gonna have a very rough night.
I'm
gonna
not
get
doing
that-
a scoop.
Ladies
We're
and gentlemen, that will conclude me on
Why don't I do it
Ace's Ball and
after-
Beats
As we
trivia.
have Miss Jackie
Why
Take
don't I do
care.
it-
bringing
Hey, our
in
guest.
God
some
bless.
Why don't
hot
I do it
sauce.
after we talk about football so I can actually talk?
I
No.
kind of like the idea of
No,
watching
I like-
you have to struggle
I
through
like
it.
that was Dr. Jackie
I like
Lang.
I'm
the
not
idea.
doing a scoop. I'm doing a small taste. I don't care.
I actually want to see you drink it straight out the bottle more.
Oh
so.
yeah. Let me just take a
Get
shot
it-
of
get
this
spoon.
real quick.
So. Oh, Kevin's prepared for you
Kevin
to do
has
it
a
right
spoon
now.
for
We
us.
got a
This
spoon.
is fun. You gotta look at this. Look at this. This is amazing. The bomb
Kevin.
Beyond
I'm doing the smallest
Insanity.
dab, and I don't care.
The smallest dab. This is the extra dab. Okay, this is the last dab, as they say on Hot Ones. Shout out, not a sponsor.
I hope you
But-
guys enjoyed the Ball and Beats trivia. I will be back. Don't know when, don't know where.
I got second place. This isn't fair. It should go to the person who is at -1 for
Actually,
half
I
the
just-
trivia.
AJ had
I
2
just, I
points,
just hear someone
actually.
who's upset because
At least I got
He
the
was
Empire
hopeful.
question right.
Dude,
he was hopeful that it wouldn't be him.
Logan, why do you hate me?
I don't hate you. I just want to see this happen. Because for content purposes, it would just
Content
make perfect
purposes.
sense for you to take it.
little dab, so.
You're not doing a little dab. You're having a full spoon, buddy. Okay, that's fine.
let's see that ice cream scoop of the ball hot
It
sauce.
won't even come out.
Come on, buddy.
When it does, it packs a hard punch.
You got
That's why it's
this.
called the bomb.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
It's gonna take 5 minutes
All
for
I
him to
can
get
think
this
of
hot
is that
sauce
one
bottle out.
SpongeBob
all I'm
episode with the
doing.
hot sauce.
I'm actually he had a great answer for the biggest rapper of all time.
Yeah, it-
Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
No, but everyone knows it's Big
B.I.G..
X the plug.
I don't. What is that? Actually,
I'm gonna
I
get a
can't
call
say
from
that
his,
on
like,
the air.
manager.
yeah, we are.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
we're
are.
gonna get a
Big
call
X
from
the
his
Ain't no
plug.
water.
We should interview him on a
No
podcast.
water.
No
Actually,
water.
no
There's
water.
no
Water?
Nope, nothing.
There it is.
I hate this stuff, man.
Put it in your eyes.
Oh,
Just try that out for
Nah, that's hazing at that point. We're not going to do that.
Spencer. How are you feeling currently?
I should have chosen a different major.
you are the
That's
winner.
a great answer. That's a great answer, Spencer.
And
you
you
know,
will be hearing more from Spencer Gallup come football because
Oh, thanks, Jackie. You're the best. I
You're
don't
gonna
care.
hear-
I
you're
don't
gonna-
care who drank this.
you're going to hear a lot from Spencer, and he might have a sore mouth.
Oh, he might have a bad taste in his mouth from this last weekend
You
as
might need a
well.
whole fresh roll of toilet
Does
paper
it get
later.
the ears, Spencer? Does it get the ears?
Does it get the ears to pop? Does it get that
Just
moisture
pop
on
your
the
ears.
Do you,
forehead?
do you feel your eardrums sweating?
Are they sweating?
Well,
Are your eyebrows sweating?
as he recuperates, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back here at the Ball and Beats podcast with our football segment. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back.
He's gone.
And welcome back here to the Ball and Beats podcast. As for our football segment, I am joined with Spencer, Asa, and of course,
Alan.
can't miss Alan, right? Shout out Alan!
Alan.
Alan on Zoom.
Oh my
How are you
gosh.
doing, buddy?
Man, every time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Alan. How you been, man?
Everyone does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Alan, how are you
Why
living up
wouldn't
there
be?
in Detroit, Rock City, man?
Rock City.
I'm good. I'm disappointed my Lions lost, but you know what? We're gonna talk about it.
Makes two of us.
Oh, we're definitely going to dive into it. How about we dive right into the NFL right now to start it off here for our football segment? And how about we start with the losers of this weekend? The Detroit Lions. What a rough way to go against Baker, touchdown maker, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There is Baker slinging that rock down there in Tampa.
I hate hot sauce. Yeah, it's the one good quarterback the Browns had, and they let him go for nothing. So,
Agreed.
yeah, that was a rough game to watch. Tampa's defense did a really good job of keeping Detroit out of the end zone. Detroit was 1 for 7 in the red zone, which is inexcusable for as good of an offense the Lions have. And they threw the ball 55 times, which is something the Lions don't do. They run more than anything, and it's burp. It's from the hot sauce from the previous segment. You have to give me a sec to. But
That's why we have to get the Lion stuff out first.
Yeah, so it was disappointing, but it's only week 2. I'm not like worried about them or anything. Aiden Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks. Jesus. He had a great game. Shout out him. But Jared Goff had a really bad game. He threw the
did
ball.
not
He
play
threw,
good.
threw the ball way too many times. Too many incompletions. Was inaccurate on some of his throws. And too many passes short of the sticks. It was so infuriating seeing this team on 4th and 8 with the game on the line throw the ball short of the sticks. Like, really? But that was their whole thing. It was check down Goff. It was Jared Goof. Jared Goof showed up on Sunday last week. But I got to give credit to Tampa Bay. Their offense really didn't do whole much. They only were held to like 230 yards total. Baker had a solid game, but it was nothing great. But their defense is the whole reason why they won. Their defense, even with a banged-up secondary, with Vita Vea going out and Kalijah Cansey not being there, they had a really good game plan. Tampa Bay really surprised me. They look like a Super Bowl type of team to me if they keep that up and if they can get healthy. But for the Lions, it's a tough loss week 2. They did it last year and then they won 4 straight games. So we'll see where they go from here. But their offense has to get going. It was not a good showing by Jared Goff and the offense. Defense did its job, did a really good job on Sunday. But yeah, the interior offensive line wasn't great. Like I said, Jared Goff didn't have a good game. He had 2 picks, threw the ball 55 times. The Lions are a run-first team. They have the best running back duo in the league. They have the best offensive line in the league. Just run the ball. And Tampa did a good job at pressuring them. Tampa did a good job at neutralizing Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams for the most part, Sam Laporta. And, they didn't have a good game, and it's simple as that. And they didn't week one. You're going to have that with teams. I mean, you got the Ravens who are 0-2. You got the Bengals who are 0-2. Jacksonville, who a lot of people thought would be solid this year, they're 0-2. You got week 2 in general was a very weird week. You had the Eagles lose to Atlanta. The Eagles pulled the Falcons. They choked in the final few minutes. You had you had the Raiders go on the road to Baltimore and beat the Ravens, which is just crazy. You had Tampa Bay beat the Lions. It wasn't that much of an upset, but Vegas spreads the Lions were favored by a touchdown, so that is a pretty big spread. It was a really weird week too, but things are going to happen early on the season. I'd rather early season struggles than late season struggles. I'm not worried. Now, if they go on the road and they look the same way against Arizona and they lose to Arizona, I will be worried because then that's a problem with the offense. But for right now, move on. Take your early loss. Let's get to 2-1. So we'll see.
Alan.
Yeah, I do have a slight problem. It's not really a problem because he's a rookie, but Terrion Arnold, those penalties that he gets called, I know he's a rookie, but I just wish he would ease up on the pass interference calls a little bit. But other than that, I'd say the offense was the reason we lost. Our defense was fine. I mean, we got to Baker at almost every single play, so I wasn't worried about that. So if Jared Goff can actually look like Jared Goff next week against the Cardinals, we should be fine. But if we lose to the Cardinals, I would be a little worried.
No, I think the defense looked phenomenal. I think they did their job. They only had one big drive where they let Tampa score. Other than that, it was field goals. If the offense gets going, this Lions team is going to be completely fine. This defense looks a lot better than last year. Secondary looks a lot better. Arnold's been solid, but yeah, he has had a problem with DPIs. You can blame Jared Goff. You can blame the offense. My biggest thing, I got to blame Dan Campbell for this loss. It's got to go on the head coach. With 3 seconds left, and you're trying to clock the ball for a field goal to go down 1 to the half, and you go. I don't know what was going on. They were sending the field goal team on at the same time they were clocking the ball. You get too many men on the field penalty and 10-second runoff. Lions fans know all about that, and you go to the half, you get nothing. And that was big because I believe it was 10-6 at the time, and it was 10 or 6 or 13-6. And in the end, it was the reason why the Lions lost. If one of those seven, they were 1-7 in the red zone. If the 6 times you didn't score, you can kick another field goal because you'd win the game. You take the one at the end of the first half, and you take the field goal, and then you take another field goal at the end of the second half. That's 6 points. You lost the game by 4. You win the game. The Lions should have won this game 22-20. You got to blame Dan Campbell for that loss. He owned it. I mean, I'm always going to love Dan. Dan's done a great job for this Lions team, great job for this organization, and bringing this Lions team to being a Super Bowl contender. But it was mainly on him. But Ben Johnson didn't have a good day either. He was calling too many screens, too many checkdowns. Wasn't letting Jared Goff rip the ball a lot. He wasn't giving the ball off to Montgomery when he needed to and to Gibbs, but it's early season. Like I said, every team's going to lose early in the season at some point, one point or another. No team's perfect. I think there's a lot of parity in the NFL this year. I don't think there's like this. I mean, you could say the Chiefs, but even the Chiefs looked like crap against the Bengals. But I really think this. I think this team will be fine, but they got to go and they got to beat Arizona. So I'll see what I need to see from them. In the desert this weekend. So, yeah.
The fake punt on 4th and 12 from your own 10-yard line. That was a massive risk.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Dan Campbell does not care, does he?
I tell you what, they didn't get that. I would have been so pissed because you were at your own 20 and you went for that. And the funniest part about it is they didn't even score off that drive. They punted at midfield. So it's like...
just faked it again?
Yeah, I don't know. It gave me a heart attack. Thankfully, Sione Vaki, our rookie from Utah, caught the ball because he slipped as he was grabbing it. But, they would have been screwed if they didn't get that. So, yeah. 13-6 going at the half, and You are, driving. You do that. Tampa's going to score right there, and then they're 20-6 in the games. It's looking out of reach. So, but that was crazy.
Yeah. Going into, let's go to Chicago real quick.
Let's go to Chicago.
Let's see. What's up with Caleb Williams and Sunday night? Not trying to listen to Coleridge Bernard Stroud the Fourth's advice to him as he was trying to run away. The GOAT. The new GOAT.
So I think right now Chicago's problem is finding their offense. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you as if I know everything about the NFL or I know everything about what's going on in Chicago. All I know is our defense has shown up.
They always do.
And they always do.
They're basically the Iowa of the NFL.
Now, I'm also going to sit here and tell you Roma Dunze is out right now.
Yes.
Same with Keenan Allen, as usual.
And so the last thing I'm going to tell you is it was week 2. Caleb Williams doesn't have shoes to fill. He gets to find whoever he wants to be. He's going to establish himself in Chicago, and it just will take some time. But what are they? 1-1?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not a terrible place to be. I mean, it's
you can only be at 3 records.
Week through. You got an option of having 3 records right now.
Yeah.
You could be 2-0, you could be 0-2, or you could be 1-1, and I'm just fine being 50% right now.
Yeah, I think the main thing with Chicago that I'm noticing, their defense is going to be fine. Their defense is very, very good. Them acquiring Montez Sweat is one of the most underrated moves that they had last year because he just made a difference in that defense. My problem with the Bears is their offensive line is terrible.
It always has been.
They are letting Caleb Williams have 2 seconds to throw the ball. He's got to scramble, and then he's getting sacked. And that's the biggest issue. If you have a rookie quarterback, you need to have a decent offensive line for him to thrive.
What did he need in college? What did he need in college to thrive?
He needed an offensive line. But
That's
the thing
the
is,
only
in
thing
college,
missing in
college,
Chicago.
you can run around and you could throw the ball 40 yards down the field and have some dude wide open. He had Jordan Addison. In the NFL, these are dudes. These are really good players. I don't care if they're on the Panthers or on the Chiefs. They all are in the NFL for a reason. That's not going to work in the NFL, this running around, throwing the ball down the field. For Patrick Mahomes, it works, but he's a veteran in this league. He knows what to do. Caleb Williams is in his second career start. I'm not going to say he's a bust. I'm not going to say all this because it's so early. But my biggest takeaway is if you have a rookie quarterback, you need to have a solid offensive line for them to thrive. That's why Houston was so good last year. With Laramie Tunsil was a really good he's a really good left tackle right now. And that offensive line is solid. That's why Stroud thrived. Chicago's is not good. And they are just letting Caleb Williams, they're just letting him out there to die. And he's got 2 seconds to snap and throw. And I think
Look
that's
at
what's
what
hurting
happened
him.
to Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have any time.
Yeah.
And it cost him their record year after year.
Yep.
And a lot of games
it's clear. It's clear to
You hate to see it.
It's clear to a fan that Chicago, what you need is an offensive line.
Yeah, Tevin Jenkins, great pickup by the way in the draft a couple years ago. Hasn't really played that well, I think.
And then that dude from Tennessee, their left tackle. I can't remember his name. It's not Tevin Jenkins, I don't think.
No.
It's their left tackle. He's a rookie. Or no, he's not a rookie. He's been there for like 2 or 3 years. I can't.
Anyway,
it was
the
last
left
year's
tackle
draft.
from Tennessee.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, let's
Darnell
get
Wright.
in.
Darnell Wright.
It is Darnell Wright.
Darnell Wright.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns, baby. How about the Browns? The one team on the panel here with a victory this past weekend.
Call that a victory.
A win's a win in the NFL, regardless of what it looked like. And actually, they should have won that game by a lot more than what they did. They were the better team the whole time. Deshaun Watson looked competent at the position this weekend. Actually, really the first quarter and a half, he looked like a actual true NFL quarterback. It wasn't comparative to week one.
I can't take that name seriously.
No,
I can't.
No, I know.
I can't. And you know what I'm gonna do?
You know what the thing is? Hey, Deshaun Watson. You look at his stats. He had a garbage game. He had nothing. He didn't throw any picks, but he didn't do anything.
I'm sick and tired.
Deshaun Watson is getting paid $65 million a year to be average, and Browns fans are okay with that. If I was them, I would be pissed. Why are you okay with average.
This
You
man
should be getting
is,
Patrick Mahomes
This
with
is
this dude.
actually insane.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna sit here and
he's
tell
acting
you
like
that
this.
I hate living in
No.
this area of Ohio.
Yeah,
Because
Masseuse, Deshaun
Cleveland-
Watson. There you
Cleveland
go. He's
fans-
acting it out.
Cleveland Browns fans are the Chicago White Sox of
All right.
the
Oh, no,
NFL.
no.
They are, and
No.
you can hear it from me.
No.
Because I'm gonna
No.
stop. Baker
No.
Mayfield was your only hope,
was.
Cleveland.
No, he was.
Baker Mayfield was your only hope. He was your Obi-Wan Kenobi. But then you absolutely Anakin Skywalkered that man, cut his limbs off, made him get injured, and now he is leading the Sith, the Buccaneers, who are going to be incredible this year. Your problem is your management.
Does
your
Cleveland
problem
play Tampa this year?
is I don't know, but your problem,
I hope they
Cleveland,
do.
your problem is fans like this who think that they're going to find answers. They're not.
Here's the thing. One,
I
the
didn't say
White
I was
Sox
gonna
thing is
find
crazy
answers.
because we haven't talked about baseball in forever, but we need to at some point because
The White Sox suck. Go Cubs.
No, the White Sox are the worst team in history.
Let's go back to the NFL though.
Yeah,
Spencer.
yeah. I was gonna say.
Well,
yeah,
let-
we're not,
let me
but
quickly-
but here's the thing. The Browns' defense is always gonna keep them in games,
Yes.
except Dallas. That which we need to talk about that Dallas Saints game, but their offense is it's so boring.
No, it is.
Deshaun Watson does not do anything other than 5-10 yard throws.
No, yeah, no, you're right.
You don't
No, he
see
does.
anything 20, 30 yards down the field. You don't see any play development. Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy are wide open 40 yards down the field. He can't get it to him, and he's not throwing the ball deep. He's throwing checks down to the tight end. I know Njoku's out. I don't know who their backup is.
Jordan Akins.
Jordan Akins. He's throwing to Jordan Akins, or he'll find Ford on
Hold on.
5-yard check down.
Let me say this. Amari Cooper has not looked good at all. He's had about 4 drops already through 2 weeks. It has not been pretty for Amari Cooper this year.
Didn't he just get a new
Deshaun
contract?
Watson, he did. Deshaun Watson's stats would look slightly better if Amari Cooper actually would catch the ball when it's right in his lap. But he hasn't, and he's played like a
Deshaun
guy.
Watson's stats would look better if he caught the ball. Yeah, they would.
They would look a lot better. I'm just saying they would. If you look at the highlights, look at the game. When it comes to Amari Cooper's play, Jerry Jeudy's been the best wide receiver, and honestly, the best wide receiver piece or best offensive piece on this team through 2 weeks. He's been the best wide receiver. He's honestly after 2 weeks wide receiver 1. But I digress off this offense because it still wasn't pretty. And regardless of what I say, yeah, $230 million guaranteed for what Deshaun Watson has been. It's not great. It's
I also
not
heard
worth
that
it.
if he gets one more strike, that's all going away.
It could
So,
it could all go away, and it could be a whole moot point, and all that contract could be stripped off the salary
Can
cap.
I
and
ask you one question?
yes,
Why do you pick up these quarterbacks that have histories? Like, obviously, we didn't know Deshaun Watson was going to be like if I'm a Cleveland fan, if I'm a fan of the Browns, I am seriously questioning, higher ups ethical morality because, I think that's the same thing. Ethics.
No,
and
yeah.
morals. I don't know.
no.
Anyway,
you're right.
I'm like, what? I don't understand what's going on.
No, you're
I will-
right.
I don't
let
get
me
it.
say this. Let me say this though. It's a sad reality when it comes to the NFL. It doesn't matter who it is, in what franchise it is. Ethics and morality.
They just want numbers. They want wins. They want whatever.
Yes, it goes out. It goes out.
Look
the
at
window.
Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice should be in jail right now
Look
for
at
what he did. Yeah, you got
There's
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, you can say, well, what happened last week? Tyreek Hill has a big history of being a scumbag, and he's still playing in the NFL. Deshaun Watson, everyone knows about Deshaun Watson.
Ray Lewis is a Hall
Ray
of Fame
Lewis.
player.
Vontez Burfict.
We're getting so
All-
off topic. And
Ben
I hate-
Roethlisberger.
I'm sorry to bring that up. That we're getting off topic, but I don't understand Cleveland. I don't understand the Browns.
Well, let me
Here's-
say this. What they did is they felt like they finally had some success and the quarterback wasn't cutting it out, so they went on a massive risk regardless.
It wasn't.
There was a lot. There was a
Baker's
couple
fault.
teams. It wasn't Baker. I'm not saying it wasn't Baker's fault. I do think in some way he shouldn't have tried to play through his injury. If he didn't try to play through his injury, he probably would still be our starting
You guys,
quarterback.
like I
Yeah.
said, you Anakin
I agree.
Skywalkered him. You cut his legs off, and now
I'm not disagreeing.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
Always
story.
got to remember Baker also went to Carolina, didn't do anything there, and then he went to the Rams, solid there, but they didn't re-sign him because they had Stafford and Tampa.
but took Tampa to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying.
And
I,
when
no,
was the
I'm
last
not
time the
saying
Browns were in
that's
the
bad, but I'm
playoffs?
also
Last
saying
year.
that Baker Mayfield.
Joe Flacco. Yeah, Joe
You're
Flacco.
right. I remember now.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
they should have
Yeah.
they should have just re-signed
My
Joe
bad.
Flacco.
They should have just re-signed Joe
They should have
Flacco.
just
I
re-signed
totally
Joe
agree.
Flacco. If Watson plays bad, you play Flacco.
Dude,
Flacco's.
I want to see Jameis Winston at the helm. I want to see it.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
Eat the W's.
Here's the thing, Browns game this week. This is a big game. If they win, the offense looks good. That's fine. If they lose to the New York Giants at home, you start Jameis Winston tomorrow at practice.
No, yeah. You're so
you
right.
you do
You are
not
so right.
You do not because this
Alan,
Giants
what do you
team
think?
is so bad.
What do you think the next move for the Cleveland Browns is, Alan?
Oh yeah. We haven't let Alan talk. I'm sorry.
I think that the Browns should bench Watson. I really do. It's not looking good. Again, you're paying all this money for him, and he's not really producing what you want. So I just think that if he has another bad game, then you have to sit him and see what James can do.
Yeah.
I'm not fully disagreeing there. It's just such a weird situation to begin with as a fan of this team and the whole aura around the organization ever since they made the move for Deshaun Watson. It's been weird to cheer for. It's also been weird to support, but it's also been in a weird spot because of my loyalty to Cleveland to try and defend them as well.
I understand that.
It's a very tough position to be in as a fan. But when it comes to this situation and comes to this season, I feel like Deshaun Watson, he has to show it in about 3 to 4 weeks. And if it's not there, you got to completely cut house entirely. You start Jameis Winston, and you just eat that salary, depending on if there's other off-the-field stuff that comes up.
I think Andrew Berry's
And-
hoping there is so they can cut that contract.
I think
I'm going to be honest. If I'm the Cleveland Browns, this quarterback class coming up is pretty talented. I'd take one of them. You keep Jameis, and you either start Jameis next year for a half of your season, depending on what happens, and you're not going to get Quinn Ewers, you're not going to get Shadur Sanders, but if you can get a Dylan Gabriel or something like that, maybe in the late teens or early teens, something like that, I think the Browns should draft a quarterback. I think they should consider it.
They
should consider drafting a quarterback because Watson has proved he's not the answer. And I know Browns fans his record is really good. He's like 10-4, 10-5 or something like this. Yeah, he's 10-5 because of his defense. The Browns defense is arguably the best in the league and is keeping this offense afloat. The only reason why they won that game is because Trevor Lawrence is awful. And the Jaguars are poorly run.
You know who the Browns need to pick up this next draft? General Booty from UL Monroe.
The Warhawks.
It makes sense with the nickname Cleveland Browns. You got a point there, but
You could have Booty and Watson in the same quarterback room.
okay, now we're really getting off topic here. With P. Diddy as the biggest fan. But I digress. I think the Browns should at least consider in the first 2 rounds drafting a quarterback. I do. Regardless, I would be a fan of Dylan Gabriel. But what?
What about mine?
What about yours? Cade McNamara?
No,
Oh.
General Booty.
General Booty? Nah. Name-wise, elite.
He's at UL Monroe
he's
for
at
a
UL
reason.
Monroe for a reason, not Oklahoma anymore. Let's get on to 2 more games, though, before we move on to college football talk here. How about the Monday night game, Atlanta, Philadelphia? In Philadelphia, I don't know what it is about them.
Can I start real quick?
Yes.
So, I don't watch that much NFL. I am a fantasy player, but I saw the game fumbled by Philadelphia, and not literally fumbled, but Saquon missing a vital catch.
Yes.
That's what cost them the game. But I think that having experience with like Kirk Cousins being able to take control of the game in the final 2 minutes, that's everything. And that's all that needs to be said.
I think that Eagles fans were a massive fan of Saquon Barkley after week 1, and I think they are all coming to raid his house after week 2 because those are what Philly fans do. The Eagles had this game dead to right. The Falcons were dead. Eagles had it, and Saquon blew the game.
He played pretty good most of the game.
He played pretty solid, but that's what Eagles fans are going to remember.
Yes.
That's the type of fans they are. And, I mean, and you can say what you want. Kirk Cousins carved that defense. And it made it look so easy to drive down that field with 2 minutes left. I mean, that offense, wide open. Drake London. Wide open, Kyle Pitts. Like, it wasn't even close. And then you had Drake London get the touchdown with, like, 30-some seconds left. And Jalen Hurts gets the ball back, 30 seconds left. You get to the 40-some yard line with 20 seconds left and throws an interception to Jesse Bates. This Eagles team, listen, they had a really good Week 1 win. We're going to learn a lot from them. And this is the game that I'm most excited for this weekend. Obviously, I'm excited for the Lions-Cardinals, is the Eagles-Saints game. Because I'm going to see what both of these teams are made of, whether the Eagles are for real or the Saints are for real.
Yeah.
Because New Orleans just went down and pimp slapped Jerry in Jerry World.
Dude, I have Alvin Kamara on my fantasy team. Thanks for the 60 points.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
I'm looking at the score. I'm like, what is Dallas doing?
Yeah.
Are they just saying, here, Alvin, go ahead.
Dude,
there's the end zone.
Derek Carr means business, and I'm like, this might be the best I've ever seen him play.
I've heard the best saying. Derek Carr is a top 7 quarterback, but he's also a top 20 quarterback. He's playing like a top 5 right now.
No, he literally is a top 5 quarterback. That is also a top 25, top 30 quarterback. It just depends on what day it is of the week. But New Orleans,
Clint Kubiak has done a great job for this team. The OC for the Saints.
New Orleans through 2 weeks has been playing the best ball in the NFL. Yeah, it is 2 weeks, like we've said, but when you got Derek Carr hitting the Michael Jackson he dance on you in the end zone,
you might want to just
grabbing himself like Dallas. That's bad.
Yeah.
In Jerry World too.
In Jerry World, when you
I want to hear.
I'm sure your dad was happy.
Oh no, he was not.
Alan, what do you have to say?
I mean, I don't know if the Saints are for real yet. I mean, we literally haven't seen anything that would say that they're for real. I mean, yeah, you can beat the Panthers, great, but
I would say
I need to see what they can.
Blown them out.
I need to see what they can do after this, though, because beating the Cowboys like that was a surprise. But if you can show me that you can carry this on, then I'll be a believer, but not yet.
I'm telling you this: if New Orleans wins that division, and New Orleans is 11-6, 12-5, Clint Kubiak's going to get a job as a head coach.
Yes.
He's the first-year, 37-year-old OC for the New Orleans Saints. Everybody's going to know this dude's name. He's the son of the famous Broncos coach who won the Super Bowl.
Kerry
Kubiak. And, the Saints team, Alvin Kamara looks rejuvenized. Derek Carr looks really good. The only player that's not doing anything is Chris Olave, who's on my fantasy team, so thanks a lot. And Rashid Shaheed is apparently this come-out-of-nowhere, really good wide receiver one now.
I have him on my fantasy.
So, yeah. No,
maybe
New Orleans.
Maybe the Saints
and I have Derek Carr. I literally have, what is it, Rashid
Shaheed.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed. I have Derek Carr and Alvin Kamara all on my fantasy team.
Is Traquan Smith still a Saint as well?
I don't know.
He might be. That might be another fantasy pickup for you out there. Let's pivot now to college football, and I think we have to start. With our beloved Toledo Rockets.
How about those Rockets, man?
And not just
Rockets.
Beating,
not just barely beating an SEC team, went into their house and smacked the Bulldogs.
They
1, 2, 3.
They looked like an SEC school playing a MAC school, except reversed. Mississippi State. I'm sorry. Shake that cowbell down there in Starkville.
They took a pipe wrench.
Whooping.
They took a pipe wrench to this team.
It looked like Diddy and Meek Mill. So,
Ben over.
Toledo just absolutely not. Tucker Gleason, 23 of 28,
Tucker Gleason
285 yards passing,
really
3 touchdowns, no picks.
He was really
Junior
good.
Vander Ross, 7 touchdowns, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Jerwan Newton, 5 catches, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns for the Rockets as well. I mean, they beat the
That's
living
about
hell
as
out
an
of
impressive
Mississippi State.
win as you. And I don't care if you say Mississippi State is not a good SEC team. They're
Yeah,
a 6-6,
they're-
bottom
they're
4.
They're bottom 4
I
in this
don't
conference.
care.
Bottom tier SEC.
It
but
doesn't
SEC is
matter.
SEC.
If you are an SEC team, unless your name's Vanderbilt, you don't let a MAC team come into your house and steal your lunch money. Just grab it and leave. They win in the Starkville 35-3 at half. Are you kidding me?
I'm going to have to say, of the 3 years that I have been here at the University of Toledo, that is the best I think I have ever
It's the
seen
most-
them
it
play
is.
throughout an entire game.
That's the most impressive win Toledo has had in a long,
In a
long
long
time.
time.
and it was the best I've ever
You know.
seen them play for 4
like
quarters straight.
they didn't look like a MAC team.
No.
They really didn't. In Toledo's defense, that defensive
defense
line,
was
Kevon Butler was
impeccable.
absolutely everywhere.
Let me say this: if you watch the game, I'm telling you guys this. Darius Alexander, he only had 2 tackles the whole game, no other stats, but everyone else feasted because he was double and triple teamed in that game.
Yep.
Darius Alexander is probably the best defensive player in the Mid-American Conference, and he's not going to have the stats to show it. But if
He's
you watch
so
film,
talented.
if you watch film, you'll dive in. People need to dive into Darius Alexander because he is an absolute menace on that defensive front. Daniel Bolden getting a sack and a half in the game, really 2 sacks, but he got him in the first quarter for the Rockets. How about this, though? This is what really threw me off and really impressed me because Toledo coming into this season had pretty much a whole new starting offensive line. When you compare the sack numbers and pressure rates, Mississippi State practically got no pressure to Tucker Gleason. 0 sacks in the game. Toledo sacked Blake Shapen 5 times. So that defense is scary. Shout out the linebackers. Daniel Bolden, I mean, he really became a star in that game. And Avery Smith getting a pick in the end zone as well. Shout out Avery Smith. Everyone, he was a hot commodity coming into this season. A lot of people were talking about Avery Smith being that next guy to step up for Toledo in that secondary, and he really has. And to be honest, we were sitting here just last week talking about Tucker Gleason and the poor performance against UMass. Even
He
though they
turned
still
that
won.
around.
He turned around.
He
and then
took
some.
that personally
He did take it
because
personally.
he had arguably the best performance out of any quarterback in college football last week.
Oh yeah.
I was
And I don't
watching-
think it. And like I said, Mississippi State's not a great SEC team. They probably won't make a bowl game. That team is ass. They looked awful, but it doesn't matter. It's a MAC school going to an SEC team and smacking them, and that was the most impressive Toledo win they've had in forever. Maybe since the Arkansas win, in 2015. It's been a long time because every year Toledo has played a Power 5 team. They've always gone down to the wire with every single team and lost it some way or another.
other than Ohio State.
They did it with Notre Dame a few years. Yeah, other than Ohio State.
Well, if you want to go back to
But-
2011 Ohio State Toledo game.
Yeah. But Notre Dame a few years ago. Obviously, Illinois last year. They kept. They would have been 12-0 heading into the MAC title game if
Shout
they
out
would have
Luke
beaten
Altmaier.
Illinois. Yeah, with that 4th down heave, that was crazy. They've always come close to beating these Power 5 teams, and some of them are ranked. And finally, they came through, and they had the most complete performance of Jason Candle's tenure at Toledo.
Yes.
They had the defense didn't let Mississippi State do absolutely anything. The offense scored on almost every drive. They just looked so impressive, and I think that is a testament to this coaching staff, to Jason Candle. It is his best win. I know MAC titles. Besides MAC titles, this is his most impressive win, and it's not close.
It just means more in
MAC
MAC
country.
country.
Alan, what'd
lists.
you think?
I thought it was an overall good performance when I was watching it. They looked like they could have went out there and beat Georgia. Like that's
I
how
don't know.
good
Don't say
this-
that.
Kentucky almost did.
Okay. If you watched the Georgia game, you would think. Okay,
I don't
Toledo
want to
could
see
probably
Tucker
beat
Gleason go up against the Georgia defense, but maybe we'll see it. Maybe Toledo will get the 12
That'll be
seed.
vengeance anyway, since he was a former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
So in-state rivalry there.
But I will say,
Georgia
but
did look
overall,
bad.
it was good, and they impressed me a lot. And I do agree with you by saying that, yeah, they're a bottom tier SEC school, but still,
It doesn't
it's an
matter. It's still an
school.
SEC team. I mean,
So-
if it's Vanderbilt, I can give a little leeway. This isn't Vanderbilt. This is Mississippi State.
We're talking about the number one team
Exactly.
in the very first ever CFP rankings in
Dak
2014.
Prescott, Chris Jones, like
That team was stacked.
yeah,
in
it
2014
was stacked.
for Mississippi State.
Yeah, congrats to the Rockets. Hell of a performance. You know, it was really, really cool to see that. And I was just really proud of them. That was a heck of a win for the Rockets.
It absolutely was. And I want to pivot real quick. And since we still got Alan right here, Alan, with your Michigan Wolverines, I don't necessarily want to talk about the game. I want to talk about Davis Warren. And now that Alex Orji has been named your starter moving forward going here into this game against USC this weekend, you know, Davis Warren, he has a great story and all, but he has not played up to the standard Michigan needs. And what's your thoughts on Alex Orji moving forward as your starting quarterback?
I'm actually excited. Last time I was on here, I did talk about how I would prefer Alex Orji to be the starter, and now he does get that chance to be the starter. And Alex Orji has been impressive in practice, but we never really got to see what he could do for a full game. And now I think his athleticism could really help this Michigan team. And I know he's been inaccurate with some of his passes, but we really use him for the run game. And having him and Edwards carrying that run load, I do believe will help. But I am interested to see if he fixed up his passing. And I don't hopefully he doesn't throw 3 interceptions, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, it's not going to be Donovan Edwards leading that running back room. It's going to be Khalil Mullings. He's been your back, and he's been the every down back. Donovan Edwards, I think, I'm not going to sit here and say that Donovan
He got
Edwards,
overhyped.
Yeah, he got
overhyped because of Blake Corum.
I do agree.
And I will say this.
I will agree.
He had a playoff run last year. He was really good. He was really good in the playoffs. He had those 2 massive runs against Washington in the national title game. He'll always be a Michigan legend. He looks awful.
He can't see the hole.
I agree.
I will say this.
agree.
Michigan's offensive line's not good either. And I think Michigan overhyped their quarterback room because this quarterbacks that they're coming up with are awful. Davis Warren is John O'Corn. He's playing like John O'Corn. Alex Orji can't throw a ball five feet in front of him. I mean, they're not going to play Jaden Davis because he's going to be redshirted.
He's their best option.
He's their best option. They should be playing him. I think Michigan
I
should
wish
have
they
went to
would play
transfer portal,
him.
and I think they overhyped
I
their
wish they
quarterback
would play
room.
him.
I think most Michigan fans do because I think he's the most talented player. He's a 5-star freshman. But
I wonder if they,
they overhyped their quarterback
want
room.
Will Howard right now, maybe. I don't know.
They could have gotten a ton of guys in the transfer portal. The quarterback room was insane last year. They could have gotten maybe General Booty was available. You never know.
I wish he was.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, it's a perfect representation of how this quarterback room looks right now, the way they're playing.
I mean, Davis Warren is one of the worst quarterbacks I've seen in a long time. I mean, Michigan fans hated John O'Corn. They're going to hate this dude even more. Because if Alex Orji doesn't work out, you're just going to have Donovan Edwards run the Wildcat all the time. Alex Orji is going to be running the triple option like
honestly,
Army.
Alex Orji, they should go with the triple option if his arm is honestly that bad because
It's not good.
Every time Orji's been in the game, it's a run. It doesn't matter if it's Orji.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's Lawrence. It doesn't matter if it's Edwards. It doesn't matter if it's hell. You know what? Put Colston Loveland as your quarterback because he's your best offensive player.
He
in
might be.
general
He's
right
injured.
Now. Oh yeah, he is injured. Oh, that's a rough one, Michigan. Well, sucks to be you then. That's a rough one.
Time's a ticking in November 30th.
It does make me worried.
Tick
tock. November 30th is coming up. So
no, it just has me worried going into this game against USC that we don't have a solid starting quarterback yet. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I won't be surprised if we lose to USC. I hope we win, but
I won't be
I don't
surprised
know
if
at
you
this
guys
point.
lose. I won't be surprised if you guys lose to USC either. I mean, I've seen USC do incredible things like beat LSU in the last, late in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's just, I don't think Michigan is the team that we thought they were going to be. I knew that everyone knew that they weren't going to be. You have your coach leaving. You have long story short, Michigan needs to take time to rebuild, and Michigan fans need to understand that, hey, we can be bad for a season. Give us a moment, and we will be right back in the game. And that's how I see
you got to
it.
give Strone more time because like I said, like they mishandled the quarterback situation. You're seeing that now. And they have an off season next year. It's going to be a big off season for Sharon Moore. Obviously, he's not going to get fired. That's out of the question. Unless they go like 4-8 or something like that. If they have like a really bad year, but it's something. The fact that Michigan lost all their talent, they lost their coach. I think none of that matters. I think Michigan's biggest loss was Jesse Minter because their defense is good, but their defensive line is nowhere near as good as they were last year. Will Johnson is CB1 in the draft. You don't have to worry about him. Put him on an island. He's the best in the country. But their defensive line, I mean, where's Kenneth Grant? Like, where's Mason Graham? I haven't seen anything from these guys, and they were unbelievable players last year. Now, like I said, and they lost their entire offensive line. They lost their starting running back, starting quarterback. Roman Wilson. I mean, they lost so much talent, and I don't think Michigan fans realize, we'll just have the next guy step up. They're not nearly as good as these guys, and I think they're realizing that now.
No, they're not.
I think that's the difference between Ohio State and Michigan is where Ohio State, with how they recruit, they kind of have that overall talent, where Michigan is more about development of their players, and that fall off from starter to second string to third string, it's probably a lot more prevalent because not necessarily lack of talent. I mean, it is a lack of talent, like God-given talent. Ohio State just always has the athletes. You see it all the time. You see the abilities all the way down, second, third, fourth stringers. At Michigan, it's guys that need the time to develop to become the Blake Corums, the J.J. McCarthys, and so on and so forth. And I think that Michigan, everyone had the preseason hype of Alex Orji, and honestly, I'm more worried about the fact that he wasn't your week one starter because everyone thought it was going to be him. And then, you hear the rumblings leading up into the week one, and now all of a sudden it's Davis Warren out of nowhere. It was Alex Orji's to lose, and he did. Yeah. That says a lot about how they really think about Alex Orji. They don't think
They should start Jaden Davis. I think they should just say, screw the red shirt year. Let's see what the kid's got. Because he's got all the talent in the world. He's a 5-star. He was very, very good in high school. And, I mean, this team still has talent, and they can still salvage this season, but Davis Warren is certainly not the answer. Michigan fans realize that very quickly. And Alex Orji can't throw the ball. I mean, unless you want to run the ball, if you want to run the Army, triple option, either give it to Mullings, or either give it to, Edwards, or just have Orji run it. But they have a lot of questions, and a lot of these questions get answered with this USC game because USC's a lot better than I think a lot of people thought they were going to be this year because Miller Moss has really come to his own. He's waited for years behind Caleb Williams, and now he's getting a shot, and he's doing a really good job there.
USC, to me, has probably the best athlete as well on their roster in Zachariah Branch.
Yes.
Zachariah Branch, that is a guy who he would be the number one wide receiver at anybody in the country.
And he's cool.
He's an elite talent, probably the best special teams returner probably in college football as well. I think now is a good time to get into our picks here for the week. And we're going to start off with our college football picks going into week 4 here for college football. First game is Illinois and Nebraska in Lincoln, Nebraska. It is a night game, 8 p.m. on Fox. This game, it's a tough one to pick. I feel like if it's in Champaign, I go with Luke Altmaier and the Fighting Illini, but Dylan Raiola and company in Nebraska, they look tough to beat. They look like they have all the tools to really build under Matt Rule. Give me the Huskers against the Fighting Illini.
Yeah, Dylan Raiola is going to win a Heisman at some point at Nebraska. He's really, really good. And there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be trying to pry him away from Nebraska.
Yes.
I could see Georgia in the offseason trying to get him. Ohio State could. They were
the two schools he was committed to.
It's going to be really hard because I think his cousin works there. He's got
his uncle, I believe, or his dad.
He's got a family member at Nebraska, and that's the whole reason why he left Georgia and left Ohio State. But they're going to try to pry him off there. But give me Nebraska. It's in Lincoln, and Nebraska's going to be undefeated when they go to Columbus. Yeah, they are going to be they're going to be hard to beat this year. Matt Rule has done a fantastic job, as we all suspected he would at Nebraska so far. So yeah, give me the Huskers.
Asa,
I think you guys see my shirt pretty clearly. If you think I'm going to pick Nebraska ever in any game ever, you are ridiculous. I hate Nebraska. can I admire what they're doing? Yeah, I can. Because
What happened with the Hawkeyes against the Cyclones?
We'll get to that another time. I like the coaching in Nebraska. I do. I appreciate it. Now,
Do you appreciate it?
I do appreciate it. I appreciate it because I'm tired of seeing Nebraska. Nebraska is this powerhouse, is this dominant powerhouse, and I just feel bad for them because they think that they still are, but you're not. So we're going to give you a couple wins this year. We're going to see what you can do with that. But I'm going to take Illinois at Nebraska because this Illinois team, they're sleepers, man.
They are
slept
sleepers.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, you
agree.
saw what they did to
Brett
Kansas.
Bielema's
It
done a
wasn't
really good job at
Illinois.
Illinois.
It wasn't Champaign.
What he has.
But you're going to go to Lincoln, and you're going to win. So that's why, I mean, Illinois. Also, I'll never pick Nebraska. Alan?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nebraska. I think that they have a very solid team. Dylan has looked really good through these first few weeks of the season. He's basically Patrick Mahomes, but a college version. So give me Nebraska.
Of course, you would go with the guy who resembles Patrick Mahomes. Who wouldn't have guessed that one, Alan? All right.
Hey, he's been good.
He has looked good. He has looked really good here. As we get into the second game of our college
This
picks,
is a fun game.
very, very fun game. A Big
Big
12
game.
Yep.
Big
Yeah.
12 game with the 12th ranked Utah Utes and Cam Rising and company going down to Stillwater, Oklahoma to take on Oklahoma State Cowboys. That is a 4 o'clock kickoff on Fox. This game, I feel like this is a weird one for me to pick because I feel like you're talking about two of the best teams in the Big 12 this year. Cam Rising is going to play from what I've heard. He was out the previous week with a hand injury. That might sway some people to change up their picks in this game. I like Ollie Gordon an awful lot. There's other running backs right now. Ashton Jeanty from Boise State who's balling out. Ollie Gordon, he's going to put himself back on the map in this game. Give me the Pokes. Pistol Pete and the Pokes. Cowboys are going to upset Utah at home.
Yeah, I picked Utah in my preseason pick, so I feel like I have to roll with the Utes. Utah is arguably one of my favorite, West Coast-ish teams. They're just a fun team to watch. They're a gritty team, and Cam Rising, Cam Rising can play or not, Oklahoma State's quarterback is like an 8th-year senior dude. Just get a job. I'm not picking a dude who needs to get a job.
Brandon Whedon was the
Although
same
Cameron
way.
Rising is also really old, so they both need to get jobs. But give me Utah.
I thoroughly enjoy Utah. I really like Cam Rising. I like the coaching staff at Utah. I'm so excited that this is a Big 12 game. Like, that to me is just, like, bewildering. But this is a hard game for me to pick because these are my two Big 12 favorites going up against each other. I really enjoy both of these schools. But give me Oklahoma State. Ollie Gordon, what an incredible running back.
Mid.
I mean, that's a
Pistol Pete.
Heisman hopeful for me.
Genty better.
So
Pistol Pete and the Pokes, baby. Alan, what you got?
Yeah, I have Utah. Again, they just look really impressive to start. I love their quarterback room. It looks really great. Their offense has been fine, and I think Oklahoma State is in over their head against this Utah team.
In over their head.
Let's go Utes.
We're going to have to see Saturday afternoon. Into our next game, of course, the Toledo Rockets. They're going on the road to play a school that should be in the MAC, but they're not.
all the way in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Now, with Western Kentucky, TJ Finley will not be their starting quarterback in the game. He is injured and out, so Veltkamp, their backup quarterback, will be starting this game. And Western Kentucky, this is going to be a much better game and much tougher game than Mississippi
This
State
is a
was.
letdown spot. This is a legit letdown spot.
This is where legends are made because we're not projected to win. I don't believe Toledo's projected
They
to
are
win this game.
1-point favorites. It's basically
Really?
a pick 'em.
It's a pick 'em.
So I don't think that I think that this is going to be a deciding factor of where the rest of Toledo's season goes.
I agree. I think that this is actually two of the better group of 5 schools probably this
Yep.
year that we
Yep.
have. Western Kentucky, it's tough to go against the Hilltoppers in Bowling Green. But but because of the run that Toledo had, because of what they look like right now after Mississippi State and the high that they're riding, I think they're going to continue to ride it this week. Give me the Rockets in probably a 3-point game or touchdown at the biggest lead. So.
This is going to be a fantastic game, and it's, the one thing I will say about Western Kentucky, I love their mascot, and I absolutely love the helmets that they're wearing for this game with the big red throwing the football.
Ooh.
They got the silver helmets and stuff.
If I would have
They're
known that
so
before,
clean.
I might have picked the Hilltoppers.
They are so clean. It's a really cool. They had an awesome mascot, and then obviously the water tower and stuff. I can't pick Western Kentucky for 3 reasons. Jack Harbaugh coach there, and the stadium's named after him. I will never cheer for a Harbaugh. 2, they're in Bowling Green, so I don't care what state. It's still Bowling Green. And 3, they're playing Toledo. So I got to go with the Rockets. They had a massive win last week, and this is a letdown spot. It really is, but I think Toledo's going to be ready. Tucker Gleason looked phenomenal last week. I expect him to hopefully keep it going, and this is going to be a close game. This is going to be a really good game. 2 of the best group of 5 teams in the country right now, but give me Toledo in a really tough game.
University of Toledo, need I say more? Alan?
Quick and easy.
I mean, I gotta go with my team. I gotta go with Toledo. I mean, why would I choose Western Kentucky?
Exactly. Other than the drip, yeah.
Let's just give a quick round of applause to Western Kentucky on an absolute
good job,
hard-fought
WKU.
victory. You got the clean sweep here from us, so that just means Western Kentucky's beating Tucker Gleason by 35.
Yep.
And sorry, Toledo. We thought we were looking out for you.
We tried.
Next matchup, we're going all the way to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, for a Big Ten ACC showdown here. Michigan State, Aiden Childs and company, and Jonathan Smith heading out east to play Phil Castellanos in this Boston College team. 8 o'clock on ACC Network. Boston College almost beat Missouri this past week.
Yep.
That was a really good game.
It was a great game.
Boston College should still be ranked because that was a really tough Missouri team. And
I think Boston College will be ranked again, and I think that we are on the up and up.
Bill O'Brien's doing a really good job up there.
Phenomenal job.
Bill O'Brien is doing a great job there. Boston College, they look borderline great, low key. I don't know how else to put it.
They might be your Virginia Tech.
They might be my Virginia Tech. They might be. Give me the Eagles against Michigan State. Michigan State, I think they're still trying to find their footing here with the program and what they're building with Jonathan Smith. Give me Boston College. They're more stable right now.
I got to go with Thomas Castellanos and the Boston College
Thomas
Eagles.
Castellanos. Yes, it is.
Thomas Castellanos, not Phil.
I
You were
saying Phil?
thinking of Phil Yurkovich.
I am
Jerkovich,
thinking of it was
or whatever
it was
Yurkovich, whatever. But yeah, Thomas Castellanos, he's an electric player. He's really fun to watch, and like I said, Boston College probably should have won that game last week in Columbia, Missouri. But they are such a fun team to watch right now. And while Michigan State's looking better, Aiden Childs has an interception problem. And this Boston College defense is playing really tough right now. So I think Michigan State will be solid this year, but I Eagles. And plus, it's the red bandana game, so why would you pick against Boston College?
Why did I pick against Boston College? I have Michigan State.
You don't like the...
I do still like my pick. I like my pick because I think Michigan State it's Big Ten defense. And Big Ten defense is going to win you games. So... Yeah, I have Michigan State. Alan?
Yeah, I got Michigan State because
Thank you.
I like Boston College. I do. They look like a really good team. They're fun. But this Michigan State team, they've looked really, really good to start this year. A big surprise
beat
to
Maryland.
me.
They barely beat Maryland.
Yeah,
Maryland is...
I mean, they did just have a very tough game against Prairie View A&M.
What are they, the Panthers?
Yeah, very tough.
That's a very tough matchup. Honestly, that's pretty borderline of how good they are right now.
It's
But
all right. Hey, Michigan State will prove how good they are next weekend. So
they will for sure.
Yep.
Moving on to our next matchup here, we have maybe my favorite game of the weekend here, as we got Nico Iamaleva in in the Tennessee Volunteers going down to Norman, Oklahoma to take on Jackson Arnold and Boomer Sooner, the Oklahoma Sooners. Everyone knows how I feel about Tennessee. If you've been listening to the Ball and Beats podcast, watching it, you know that I have a special place in my heart for Tennessee. Shout out Hendon Hooker and company that
Your
year.
Tennessee's my Washington.
Exactly. They are. However, they're finally going into a different environment that They are used
Oklahoma's SEC opener.
to. Oklahoma's SEC opener. This is a great matchup.
Oh, it is. Game days here, aren't
You
they?
know, it is.
Yeah.
It is. This is an environment that's now an SEC environment, but I feel like Tennessee might overlook. I think Tennessee is the better team. I do think Tennessee has the better quarterback. I don't know why. I just have a gut feeling about this. Give me Boomer Sooner in an upset against the Tennessee Volunteers. I don't know why. Oklahoma's calling my name this week.
So about, I believe, 10 years ago, Coach Stoops of Oklahoma fired Josh Heupel because of the terrible loss to Clemson.
Yes,
I think it was like
did.
40-something to 3. Josh Heupel, he had a really good offense at Oklahoma, but one bad bowl game got him fired. Now Josh Heupel's got himself an offense. He's got himself a damn good Tennessee team, and he's going back to his alma mater for a revenge tour. Give me the Fighting Volunteers and Nico Lamalama, however you say his name, and give me Tennessee. Rocky Top, baby. Let's go. Josh Heupel's revenge tour.
So, Garth Brooks is from Oklahoma. But Luke Combs says that there ain't no love there. And Dolly Parton is from Tennessee. Give me old Rocky Top, man.
That's right.
I love
Rocky
I
Top,
love my
baby.
country music.
How can
so
you
this-
go against your
this
team,
is my,
Logan?
this is my country music Hall of Fame because Brooks and Dunn and Garth Brooks, they're from Oklahoma. And then you have
What do you have to do in
Johnny Cash
Oklahoma?
and Dolly Parton
Exactly.
and Kenny Chesney from Tennessee. This is a country music mashup.
What do
this
you-
is a country music.
What does there
brawl
do to
the death.
Oklahoma besides Storm Chase?
But you ain't gonna beat Tennessee, man. 'cause
That's
you
right.
You got the Opry there, so give me Tennessee, baby.
That
That's
sounded way
right.
too natural for Asa.
That's right. What's there
That
to do in
was a
Oklahoma
lot of
anyway?
country.
Oil.
Oil and Chase
baby.
Storms.
all
Art
in,
Allen.
in NATO's.
Nighters.
Well, that was a lot of country talk. I don't really like country music like that, so hey, don't get mad at me.
I'm not.
Sorry,
But
Asa.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I do think that they look really good. They've been looking really good. And sorry, Oklahoma, this ain't your year.
See what I did there? Not 4 across the board.
All
There you
right.
go.
He's thinking.
Next pick. Let's just get this. Pull the Band-Aid right off. Should we? Is there much to talk about? We've already hit this game.
USC and Michigan in the big house.
There's not much to talk about.
3:30
from-
on
I
CBS.
think the thing we should talk about is this going to be a blowout? Or is this going to be a close game?
It's going to be a blowout. I personally believe it's going to be a blowout.
If it's a blowout, Michigan fans. Yeesh.
I will say USC is they are.
They look really good.
They look
Sorry,
really
Alan.
good.
Miller Moss is doing a really good job.
They are doing a great.
And maybe this is finally the time Lincoln Riley can win a playoff game.
Let's pull the
But
Band-Aid
really
off.
here, I feel like this game's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Yes.
USC's going into
This
the
is
big
not
house.
Texas.
No, this
Like,
isn't.
USC's good, but they're not Texas good.
I do hate to do this, but give me the Trojans.
Yeah, I got to go with the USC. USC and Miller Moss, they had a really good win over LSU week 1, and then they won 48-0 over Utah State. So they've looked pretty dominant so far. This is going to be their second big test of the year. And I think that it's like Logan said, I think it's going to be a close game, but give me Miller Moss, Lincoln Riley, and the Fighting Trojans from Southern Cal.
Give me USC.
Yeah, give me USC. I mean, I almost didn't want to pick them, but Michigan, with their quarterback problems, have looked bad anyways. So, I mean, we can't even put a quarterback on the field. How are we going to beat a whole team? So, give me
Congrats to the
USC.
Michigan Wolverines.
Hold on, we got Trojans and we had Rocky Top back to back. I feel like you would have found a lot of that at Diddy's place. Moving on to the NFL picks for this week. First game this week is Texans and Vikings. That might be the matchup of the weekend
Battle of the two now.
already for this game for this week. As Asa is just losing himself. Why are you losing yourself, Asa?
How many Diddy references are you
going
going to have,
fourth
bro?
or fifth Diddy. and this show is still going on. I don't know how it's not canceled. Viewers out there, we apologize. Thank you for
We're just going to put a
viewership.
bleep button over Diddy.
Yeah, so we're going to get into this game. We're going to get into the Texans Vikings up next. I'm still talking about the NFL. I don't know anything about the NFL. I feel like I really shouldn't be able to talk about the NFL because I don't care about the NFL. It is money and that's all it is. It's
So
not.
is college football.
College football's now money.
Now it's all about money.
Listen, college football, you have something to play for. You have to prove yourself still, even though it is still money. The NFL.
What does
is
Iowa have to
corn.
play for?
Corn.
They lost the Cyhawk Trophy. What else? Oh, they got the Floyd of
Floyd
Rosedale.
That might be one of the
Rosedale.
best
And
trophies.
they have one with Wisconsin, I think.
Yeah.
One of the axes. I don't know. They,
Not Paul Bundy. Okay.
No,
Let's go.
Anyway.
Logan, just wrap this up, man, because
So first
and you're
game
gonna make
for the
another
NFL.
comment.
All right. I won't. I'll try my best not to. Texans at Vikings here, 1 o'clock on CBS. How about the Vikings and the way they've played with Sam Darnold and company and Justin Jefferson?
With J.J. McCarthy. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Exactly. But you know my love for Houston, right? I love C.J. Stroud and company
Yeah,
down
your
there
Super
in
Bowl
Houston.
team.
My Super Bowl team. They're going to lose. On the road, give me the Vikings.
yeah, I can't pick the purple people eaters. I don't like the Vikings, and I love Coleridge Bernard Stroud IV. Give me C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans.
You're going to look at me and you're going to think, Asa, you make no sense. Guys,
Bro's gonna go 12-0 this week.
Guys, I am a fan of the NFC North. You probably think I'm crazy. I'm from the Midwest. I don't care about the NFL. I like the NFC North. Give me the Vikings. For no reason. I don't know. Justin Jefferson's on that team. I know that.
Allen?
Yeah. Yeah, give me the Texans. I would not pick the Vikings at all. I wish J.J. McCarthy didn't tear his ACL so I could see him play because I love my man. But he's not playing, so give me the Texans.
You know I really want to do it, Asa, but I'm not going to do it out of respect for you. So
No, let's
moving
do it,
on
do
to
it.
this next
Go ahead.
matchup here. We got the Eagles and Saints, 1 o'clock on Fox. The Eagles just coming off a bad loss on Monday night, and the Saints are looking like the best team in football right now through 2 weeks. This game is in New Orleans, Mardi Gras town, Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Derek Carr, you're gonna keep driving this car. Give me the Saints, and they're not just gonna beat Philadelphia. They're gonna send Philadelphia all the way west to Pittsburgh. It's bad. It's very bad. Philadelphia.
What's west of Pittsburgh?
It's east. Philadelphia's east of Pittsburgh, buddy.
I was saying they're gonna be sent all the way west to Pittsburgh.
All right, Spencer.
Okay, whatever.
That was awful, I know.
Yeah.
Not as bad as the Diddler. Anyway,
Oh
Spencer.
my God, dude! Stop with the Diddy references. He wishes.
No, definitely not.
So, I'm gonna go with Philly. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna come back. I think the Eagles. I think AJ Brown should probably. I think he should be playing this week. Eagles are more talented. New Orleans has had a fun, cute little run, but I mean they are. This is a tough game. This, in my opinion, is the toughest game to pick this week. I am gonna go Philly just because they're more experienced, and I think they're gonna be pissed off after losing to the Falcons. If they lose Nick Sirianni, your seat's getting warm. So yeah. Also, let's talk about Dennis Allen. This dude was talked about being the first dude to get fired, that he should already be fired.
I don't know who said that. I don't know who said it.
Yeah, he might save his job. So yeah, give me Philly.
For every reason Spencer just said, I disagree because I picked the Saints, and I don't know what to say because I don't know the NFL, but I do have Alvin Kamara, Derek Carr, and Shaheed
Raheed Shaheed.
on my fantasy football team, which I'm 1-1, and I don't know a lot about.
Shaheed.
I don't know a lot about the NFL, so I'm going to pick the Saints.
Allen.
Raheed.
Yeah, so losing to Atlanta is not really a good sign. I do think that the Eagles bounce back with a win. I mean, the Saints have looked good, but this is going to be a prove-it game for the Saints. If they can't get over the Eagles, then I don't know about their season.
Moving on to our next matchup, we have Baltimore going down to AT&T Stadium and Arlington, Texas, on, of course, the Tom Brady game. I feel like I would have to assume. We got Baltimore, we got Dallas. This game, I don't know. Both teams are really good, should be in that Super Bowl bubble. The problem is you never know what you're going to get with either team simply because this game is in Dallas. I have to go with the Cowboys for this game. That I feel like last week was more of a fluke than anything with Dallas. With Baltimore, they seem to do that with teams all the time, like the Raiders. If you look at the last 4 or 5 years for the Ravens, they've lost probably like 15 to 16 games that they should have won each time, where they had 10 to 17-point leads in them and just blew it. So give me the Cowboys for this week. Spencer.
Yeah, it's both these teams coming off really, really odd losses. Baltimore lost at home to the Raiders, and the Cowboys got obliterated at home by the Saints. I'm going to pick Dallas just because it's in Dallas, and I feel that Jerry Jones will, if they get blown out again by Baltimore, he'll go out on the field and just fire Mike McCarthy himself. But Baltimore, I mean, they look rough. Lamar doesn't look right. This offense doesn't look right, and the defense has been shaky. So I'm going to pick Dallas. They're at home. I'm Mr. McCrory. His team, he might be not happy if the Ravens win back-to-back home games. But yeah, I'll pick Dallas just because, Cowboys, and Ace is going to tell you he's picking the Cowboys because he is a cowboy.
Cowboys because I like the name. Alan?
Yeah, I'm picking the Ravens because this is going to be a bounce-back game for them. I know it looks ugly at 0-2, but this is the Ravens we're talking about. I mean, if they lose another one, they're not winning the North, but we'll see. I do believe that they get right on track with this game, though.
On the Sunday night, Kansas City, Atlanta. How about this matchup? Kirko Thuggins at home against Dylan Raiola grown up. This matchup is actually a lot more unique than you think. But
interesting now the Falcons
it is
actually
very
won.
unique. Logan, I'm really happy you mentioned this game.
Could you dive in deeper, Asa, real quick?
Yeah, let me dive in deeper. So, from what I know in the NFL, we're going to analyze the crap out of this game real quick.
As Logan would say, analyze.
So, we have the Chiefs, who are back-to-back Super Bowl champions, and the Falcons, who were in the Super Bowl when they had Matt Ryan and lost 28 to – nope, they were up 28-3 going into halftime against Tom Brady. That's the last time I ever heard of the Falcons. But now they have Kirko Chains from the Vikings, and I actually like the NFC North. So, analyzing this game a little more, the Chiefs, who just beat the Bengals and are 2-0 this season, are playing the Falcons, who are 1-1, I think. But here you have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, and I hate Taylor Swift. So, yes.
Okay,
The
so
NFL.
we'll do.
Give me Kansas City.
Chris Collinsworth, take a shot every time Collinsworth mentions Patrick Mahomes. You will be dead. You will be dead by 2 minutes left in the first quarter, maybe. I'm gonna go with Kansas City because it's the Chiefs. They had a rough game against the Bengals, but they ended up winning. I can't. You can't bet against Patrick Mahomes really because the referees are on his side, and so is the NFL. So. Yeah, and the Falcons tend to do bad in letdown situations. So, yeah, Chiefs.
Rolling Stone magazine ranked Taylor Swift as the number 8 best guitarist of like the 90s and 2000s and 2010s and 2020s. Rolling Stone ranked her the 8th best guitarist in modern times. Do you think I appreciate that? I really don't appreciate that. I hate Taylor Swift with a passion. I hate the Chiefs. Uncle Brian, I'm sorry. I understand you're a Chiefs fan, but I hate them.
Hey, they're from the Midwest.
I know, but I hate them.
Well, I think Asa should
to
return every time.
And Alan,
I don't care about the NFL. I don't.
But
just give me the Chiefs.
All right, bandwagon Chiefs fan.
Asa hates Taylor Swift. I don't think he really hates the Chiefs. So
right. Let's try and speed this up.
Let's move on.
We got 2 more games here. We got the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. Wow, what a game! Oh, on paper, this is a fantastic.
Actually, I do know this. Daniel Jones is trash.
That's true. Give me Cleveland. I can't believe I said that. So that's a surprise. At home, the defense is going to absolutely dominate Danny Dimes. Turn him into Danny Pennies. Spencer.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Browns are going to win this game by like 100 points. There's no way the Browns lose this game because the Giants are gutter trash. Regulate the Giants and bring up the Birmingham Stallions because this Giants aren't an NFL franchise. They don't deserve to have an NFL team. Daniel Jones is making $40 million to throw picks, and the Giants suck. So, yeah, give me the Cleveland Clowns or Browns.
Both teams suck. It's going to be 2-0. Give me the Browns.
That'd be funny.
If it's 2-0 and we win.
Congratulations to the Giants because I chose the Browns. So,
Yes.
If the Giants win, Logan will not return next week.
It'll be the first ever episode of Ball and Beats without Logan on the show. The hostess won't be here.
All right, for our next game, we have the Lions at the Cardinals, 4:25 p.m. on Fox.
Now,
And NFL Sunday
Asa, real quick, just for about 60 seconds, can you give us a good analyzation of this ball game between Detroit
The
and
Lions
Arizona?
were in the Final Four last year, and the Cardinals are terrible because their quarterback is from Oklahoma, and he won the Heisman Trophy. His name, I forget.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. He plays a lot of video games, and that's all I know about
Call
him.
of Duty.
So right now, we're going to see a lot of picks coming in. Currently, Logan, you have.
For me, for this matchup, he did talk a little bit about Kyler Murray and him playing video games. Well, it is his Call of Duty to whoop Detroit's ass this weekend. Give me the Cardinals.
And Spencer.
Yeah, the Lions, like I said, had a rough game last week. Offense didn't look the greatest. I know that the team's pissed, and I'm going to pick the Lions this week. The defense looked really good, and the offense didn't. So if the offense cleans up their mistakes, they should be able to beat the Cardinals. Cardinals are they're a freaky team. They're pretty good. So
They're freaky.
they're a freaky
They're
team.
very freaky.
Yeah, so give me the Lions. Bounce back, hopefully, please.
Spencer, I'm so happy you said that. I couldn't agree with you more. I'm going to choose the Lions. Go NFC North. Alan.
yeah, I was going to choose the Lions anyways. But, again, I agree with everything that Spencer said. If the defense plays like they did, it's fine. If the offense cleans up their act, we're good to go.
I agree with you too, Alan. All right, guys.
I think we need Asa on for NFL picks always.
Yes, we do.
Just NFL picks, not college picks. Just NFL.
Hey, Asa.
Yeah, what's up, Alan?
Hey, so good job. Good job with your analyzing.
Thank you.
All right.
Analyzing.
Well, that is going to wrap up episode 114 of the Ball and Beats podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that push notification bell to stay up to date on all new videos. We will see you guys next week on episode 115. Signing off. Take care, all of y'all. Peace out.